First of all, thank you all for having me here today. It truly is an honor. I'm going to try to impart a little bit of advice that changed my life. About 15 years ago, I was standing in your shoes. It was my turn to graduate high school. There was a little problem. I was unmotivated, super lazy. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, which was okay at that age. But I was so undisciplined that even though I lived a block away from my high school, I still managed to show up late almost every single day. Really, true story. Don't admit to it now. You're here. So the reason why I thought this way is because I had a certain mindset, a philosophy on life, or lack thereof. I had a saying, and it went something like this. Why work hard if there's no guarantee for success? If you work the entire year and you take all the money you collected and you go to the store and you buy a product, you expect to get that product in return. Am I right? How come life didn't work that way? I looked around as I was growing up. I saw family, I saw friends, acquaintances, people that I cared about, and I saw them work hard their entire lives. And yet, very few, if any, reached their goals and their dreams, and that hurt. That saddened me. And me being as lazy as I wasn't about to work hard and not get what I wanted. And so I kind of just cruised by life. I put in minimal effort. I'm not even sure how I graduated, to be honest. I've never said that out loud. So I have this mindset, and I graduate high school, and I go to college with this philosophy. And go figure, a year and a half in, I'm not showing up to class. I'm not doing my work. I get kicked out of Baruch University within a year and a half. I can't muster up the courage to tell my parents, so I started faking report cards and sending them to my house until they found out. It was not good. And to make things better, I was a trainer at the time at a New York sports club in Queens, where I'm from. And I had been there for about a year and a half, and I wasn't a hard worker, as you guys know already. So I was kind of like in the middle of the pack in terms of production as a trainer. And we got a new fitness manager. And so I remember this conversation, the first conversation we ever had, very vividly. We went to the office. She introduced herself to me. I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Mohamed. And she goes, Mohamed? Why can't your name be Mikey or Billy or something? And I'm thinking, I am so screwed. This is the end. A few months later, I got fired via text message. Another true story. So here I am, I'm 19, I got kicked out of college, my parents hate me, I have no job, I'm broke, I'm broken, I'm thousands of dollars in debt because I've been maxing out my credit cards left and right this entire time because I thought that was a good idea. And I'm depressed. I don't know where to go with life, nothing's going my way. I hit my rock bottom. And so I think sometimes you need to be in a dark place in order to see the light. And that was where I was. My back was against the wall, but my mind was finally open. I was open to seeing new possibilities, to seeing maybe there's something I need to change about myself so I can stop pointing fingers at everybody else and take responsibility for my actions. And so I came across a book called The Secret. If you guys haven't read it, please do. And it absolutely changed my life. And so The Secret talks about the law of attraction. And it's basically the premise that whatever you have in here is what you're going to see out there. You create your reality. So if you like to complain, great, keep complaining. Life's going to give you more to complain about. If you look at the good things in life and you look at the beautiful things in life, you will see more of that in your life. And I was a pessimist, so that was a really hard pill to swallow. But I had nothing to lose at this point. So I took that as my new reality. And that's when I came across the formula of success, or at least that's what I believe. And there are several ingredients in the formula of success, but there are 3 magic ingredients that if you use and you apply to your life consistently, it will change your life the way it changed mine. And the first of those 3 magic ingredients is the power of visualization. And that basically is a technique of creating your reality, of manifesting what it is you want into your reality. So if you want something really bad, then you have to see it in your mind over and over and over. And you've got to visualize with detail. You've got to know what you're wearing, where the sun is setting, who you're talking to, what you're talking about, what pocket your cell phone is in. Have the details so that your brain doesn't know the difference between a memory and a made-up image. All right, so I'm reading this. Sounds kind of crazy, but I'll give it a shot. And I wanted to know if there were any famous or successful people that use this to get to where they are. So I went on Google, my best friend, started researching, and I found tons of big names that have sworn by this. And I want to read you one of these quotes from a pretty famous person. I'm really hoping you guys know who he is, otherwise I'm just really old too. Sorry, parents. And so it went something like this. When I was very young, I visualized myself being and having what it is that I wanted. Mentally, I never had any doubts about it. The mind is really so incredible. Before I won my first Mr. Universe title, I walked around the tournament like I owned it. The title was already mine. I had won it so many times in my mind that there was no doubt that I would win it. Then when I moved on to the movies, the same thing. I visualized myself being a famous actor and earning big money. I could feel and taste success. I just knew it would all happen. That, my friend, is Arnold Schwarzenegger. This dude's a beast, an absolute beast. Anything he touches turns to gold. Seriously. 2 weeks ago, he got drop-kicked by a guy in the back, and that guy bounced off him. He's like 75. It's incredible. So I'm pumped. I read this. I'm like, okay, if he's using it, I can use it. So I go to my friend's house, and I'm sitting in his living room. I'm talking to all my boys. I'm like, guys, I just read about the law of attraction, the power of visualization. I'm going to create my reality by connecting to the universe. And they're like, what? So I keep going. I'm like, okay, so I need to get really specific about what I want. So I'm going to visualize these exact things. I'm going to get a job again. It's a good start. I'm going to be a trainer on the Upper East Side in Manhattan, because at this point I was still in Queens. I'm going to become a successful trainer, and I want to get good enough that I can train 4 categories of people. I want to train CEOs, I want to train billionaires, I want to train celebrities, and I want to train royalty. And they're like, dude, it's better than what you're doing now, because I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, watching SpongeBob till 8 o'clock at night, and then going out, staying out late, and just repeating the same thing over and over and over. So they're like, bro, go for it. You're crazy, but more power to you. And so I started doing my visualizations. I started doing my exercises. I started seeing what I wanted till I got goosebumps on my arms, till the hair in the back of my neck stood up, till I started crying from my visualizations because they felt real to me. And then things started to change. I started to see that I was happier. I had more energy. I was more motivated. I had purpose. And as amazing as visualization was, I knew I was missing magic ingredient number 2. And that's inspired action. It's not just action. You're not just doing. You're not just going through the motions. There's passion inside of you. There's a fire burning bright inside of you. Every step you take has a purpose. And so I started putting in the work. I went back to school part-time, which is a big deal to me because I never even showed up to class prior to that. I started reading books that made me a better trainer. Started reading books that made me a better person. Anything that helped me grow as a human being, I digested. I started giving out free sessions, hundreds of free sessions to build my experience and to build my network, because you need these incredible people that you meet along the way to get to the top. And so even better things started happening. I got the job that I wanted on the Upper East Side, at a really cool gym. I was the youngest of all the trainers there. There was about 55 trainers. And I came in like super happy, super giddy. I got the law of attraction in my back pocket. I got this. And everyone's kind of like, they're jaded. They think that this place has no business, et cetera, et cetera. Within 4 months, I became the top trainer in my club. And it's because I did stuff like this. When I first started, I was last on the list, obviously. I just got the job there. Every week, they would send out an email of all the trainers ranked in terms of production, how many sessions they've done, how many packages they've sold. And so I would go on that piece of paper, I'd white out the top name, and I put my name there. I was number 1. Even though I was number 55, I was actually number 1 in my head. I folded it up, I kept it in my back pocket, and I never took it out, unless I did laundry. And so now, I'm standing here, there, and I'm first. Feels amazing. It wasn't enough. The next month, I was ranked number 2 in the entire company, countrywide. Right? I had numbers no one had even seen before. And it wasn't because I was special. I'm not. Or if I am, you could say that we all are. We all have the same power to do this. I just combined magic ingredients, number 1 and number 2. And literally, clients would just fall out of the sky. Like if I was booked all day and all I had was a 4 p.m. slot open, guess what? The next person that walked in wanted 4 p.m. It just worked that way. Synchronicity started to happen on a regular basis. And most of all, most importantly, I found my future wife at that gym along the way. Go figure. So very happy. Things are happening for me. But I remembered my goals that I had set out day 1, the crazy ones with the billionaires and all that. And that's when I realized I was missing magic ingredient number 3. And this is by far the most important ingredient. And I'm going to say it, and you guys are going to be like, oh, duh, obviously. But bear with me. It's gratitude. It's being grateful for what you have even before your journey begins. Being grateful for your parents and the work they put in to have you sitting here right now. They've given you opportunities they couldn't even imagine for themselves. Be grateful for your health. Because once you don't have your health, then you realize how blessed you've been all along. Be grateful you live here, in this country where you have the freedom to actually chase your dreams. It's not the case in a lot of places. You live in New York City. Endless opportunity. Take advantage of it. Be grateful for it. So now, I'm using all 3, and magic starts to happen in my life. I started training the billionaires, the CEOs, celebrities, princes and princesses. Started sitting front row of crazy games, flying on private jets, being on TV and in magazines on a regular basis. But most importantly, I married my best friend. I have a beautiful little girl. I have so much to be grateful for, really. I have another quote that I'd like to read to you. Again, from someone pretty famous. I hope you guys know her as well. And it goes like this. Be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Oprah Winfrey. So if you don't take it from me, take it from Oprah. Be grateful. And so this is a tipping point in my life. I am only having positive thoughts. If a negative thought wants to creep into my head, I don't fight it, I just replace it with a positive one. I start seeing the beauty in everyone, in every situation, in myself. Because you have to love yourself before others can love you. And you have to appreciate what you've been given and what you have. And that's when I started to really see how beautiful the universe can really be. I'm living the life of my dreams. And it's because I've applied these principles on a regular basis. And I hit many walls along the way. If one door closed, I knew another one would open. And I would be thankful if that door closed, because that's the universe telling me that's not your path, go this way. And you have to believe that. You have to believe that wholeheartedly. So now it's your turn to believe. Pick a goal, dream big, work hard, visualize it in your mind 24/7, and be grateful. Be kind to others. Treat your peers and everyone with respect. We're all equal. If you remember these things, the universe will reward you accordingly. Remember, life isn't about getting rich or getting famous. It's not what's in your wallet that gives you happiness. It's what's in your heart. It's what's in your soul. So, last but not least, remember to have fun. Life is a game, and we all get dealt different cards. But if you remember the rules to the game, it doesn't matter what hand you were dealt. Every hand is a winning hand. Congratulations, Mather High School, graduating class of 2019. I love you all very much, and I can't wait to see what incredible things life has in store for you.